Zentangle is a meditative art form that is a relaxing method of creating abstract art using structured patterns. It teaches and focuses on being mindful and present. Zentangle requires no artistic skills. Zendala is the best of Zentangle and Mandala. Welcome to Zendala Joy, 31 days, 31 Zendalas. Hello, I'm Sandhya. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating Zentangle and practicing Zentangle, my own Zentangle inspired artworks and collectibles. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and also hit on that bell notification so you do not miss out on any videos that I'm going to post throughout this month of October. It's day 5 today, and I'm using string 4 from my string template PDF. To get your instant free download PDF, do sign up to my onto my newsletter. The link is in the description. For today's project, I am going to work on my round tile, the Zendala tile, with my black pen. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. So today we're going to work with string 4. So that's my string all traced on. Now if you haven't got this template, do make sure that you sign up to my newsletter, and when you sign up on my newsletter you would get an instant download with this template. It's a PDF file, and if you have already signed up on my newsletter, I would have sent you an email on Tuesday. If you haven't received that, do let me know, but do sign up to get your template for the Zendala Joy. So let's start with this string. This is string number 4, and so this has about 4 sections. Like you have this flower here, and then you have this second layer, and then the third layer and the fourth layer. So let's start with a center first. So I'm just going to trace the circle because I really want the circle. And now in this section, so I'm going to make crescent moon on this line, so this is kind of coming out. So we're not going to trace the line yet, but I want to get started on this. So I'll leave a bit of a space here and make a half moon or a half circle, and then I'm gonna aura this very gently, and I am going to give another line which is slightly away from the first set of lines. So this is going to be my next line, and I'm also going to aura this, right? So now here, this place, I'm going to start making petals. So I start from the center here, go out, make a petal like that, right? And I start with my next one. So the next one, I'm pretty much going on this line and coming out like that. So I'm basically starting on the shoulder of this and coming down like that. Start on the shoulder and come down, so like that. Okay, so let's repeat this on this side. So how many ever petals you get, you're going to do that, and then we go back and add a circle here, or kind of fill in that space. So let's go back and fill this section up. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out a line and make some dots here just to enhance that. Like that. So here, this section, I'm going to make lines. So I'm going to start from the center so I know how this is going. I'm going to make my line slightly curved, it's not very straight. Okay, so let's do this on this side as well. Okay, I'm going to put it this way so I can see better how my lines are going. Like that. And then I am going to go ahead and fill this complete black, the innermost half circle. So I'm going to use my pen, but you can use your 0.08 as well. So go ahead and fill this up. Like that. So I'm going to repeat this again in the next section. So now let's repeat this in this section, this petal. So again I'm going to make my half circle on this line. So let's go ahead and do that. So I start somewhere here, make my half circle and add another line to it. Leave some space and add another band of lines like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my petals. So I start right here, make my inner petal, and then I start on the shoulder of this and kind of come back here. I'm just repeating this on to the other side. Okay, so we'll go back and add these circles and these gaps. So it's pretty much taking the shape of whatever shape that is. It's more like a triangle-ish orb than a circle. So the next thing I do is add a line and a few dots. Okay, so just go back and kind of give it a finish. So, and now I'm going to go ahead and add these lines here. So I start from the center and I make my line slightly curved. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way so I can kind of make my lines easier. It's all done. Now I'm going to go back and add this black with my thicker tip pen. Okay, so let's repeat this on all our petals. So here I have completed the inner section first. Now let's move on to the second layer. So here we start with a circle right in the center. So we're just eyeballing the center now, and also give an aura circle to that. Okay, so now we're going to pull a line from here to this corner, and another line from here to this corner, another line from here to this corner, like this. So I've just connected all the corners from the center line. Now I'm going to go ahead and aura these lines in the same direction. So while I'm doing that, I'm kind of also going over the line to connect it like that. Right, so I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So I'm going to do this last section here. Like that. So I'm going to repeat this again in this section. So we start here with the center, the circle, and then I'm going to aura the circle, right, and I'm going to pull out a line. So I'm going to keep the direction the same. So I pull out a line from the corner and kind of wrap it around the circle. So it's not a direct kind of like pull a line that touches, but this is more like you go like this and, you know, wrap it around like that. So from here you pull a line that kind of wraps around the circle. Okay, so now I'm going to aura these lines. So let's go ahead and do that. So while I'm auraing, I'm also kind of going over this pencil line to kind of cover it up. Okay, and let's repeat this here. So take your time to make your lines. Try and make sure they are, you know, evenly spaced. So slow down so you can make your lines fine. So I got this here. So I'm going to repeat this, the rest of them. So the second layer is all done. Now let's move on to our third layer here. So we're going to do Divadance here. So we start with a spiral that is kind of wavy. It has its own mind. So this line kind of goes like this, waving around, and I come back here and make a bump, fill this up like that, and I'll also go ahead and make another bump on this side. So I make sure I have enough space between the two, and then I go about along that bump like that, right? So now again I'm here at this spot. Now I'm going to make another bump on this side. So I try and make sure that the bumps are not kind of right next to each other. I kind of place them alternating. So I'm going to have another one here. Now you can be as smooth with your bump as you want, or you can have it really, wiggly like that. So it's totally up to you. So now I go around making my line, the spiral line that's continuing. So now I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and add another bump on this side. So this is a very interesting tangle because everybody's looks very different. Everybody has their own style of making Divadance. Some make the bumps very soft and gentle, and some of them make it more like a bead. So it's really interesting to see different versions of Divadance. Okay, so I'm going around. And it's not necessary that you need to have a bump on all the layers. You could probably not have anything and then a couple of lines and then come back and add a bump. So it's totally up to us. You can have as little or as many as you want. Make it as intricate and dark, or as light and as light and as less intense as you want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a bump here. So I'm just gonna work on this side first. And I'm going to finish the other side as well. So like that. Let me repeat this once again on the other side. So here we are all done, and have our last section here. So here's what I want to do for the last section. I am going to make an aura. So first, before we get to that, I just want to join this randomly like this, not making a straight line but just going along with that flow and kind of joining it like that, so it's not too sharp. And now here I am going to aura this line here like this, and bring in another one and another one. So here I am going to add circles that goes like this. So tightly packed. Like that, and then you go back and fill the gaps up. Okay, and then this section we're going to fill it up with black. So I'm going to use my pen and add black in there. So like that. So let's go ahead and do this on the other side as well. So let me just show you guys one more time. So I start somewhere here, go about like that, and then I make my next line, and this is going to be closer. Okay, so I start off with my center circle, and then I go about adding circles right next to it. So make sure it is tightly packed. Okay, so then now I go back and fill these gaps up. That, and in this section we're going to fill it up with solid black. Okay, so so let's finish the rest of it. Okay, so here I'm all done with the pen work. Now let's get to pencil shading. So I'm going to start with so I'm going to add my pencil right here to emphasize this curve, right? And I'm also going to go ahead and add my pencil right here. Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing here. Add my pencil here. Okay, so let's even here. So let's just blend this. Like that, very gentle. And I'm also going to blend this part here, and I'm kind of gently pulling it up into the petals like that. So it's very subtle, you can see that. And then I'm going to add my pencil right here and here, right outside this section. So I'm going to blend that. I'm going to blend this here. Yeah. And now here, so I'm going to repeat this again. Let me show you again. So first is, this is going to go over here, and this is going to go over here, and we're going to go around this part here, and then we're going to go ahead and add pencil around the petal as well. So let's do that. Okay, so those are the places that you would add pencil, right around this, and around this. So now let me just go ahead and blend this. So when I'm blending here, I don't want to fill this whole section with gray, so I'm just going to be very careful to just do it right there. Same thing, I'm smoothing it out, and then gently I'm just pulling it slightly up into the petals there. And let's just blend this part out, the outside, so the petals can stand out. See how different it looks. Okay, so here I have done shading on all the sections. Now let's move on to the second layer. So here I am only going to add my pencil right under this, right under the first line that we drew, the first set of 4 lines that we drew that was connected to the corner. So I'm just going to add my pencil right there. So let's do that again for this one. So this is going to go this way, right, and then I'm going to gently blend it out, very gently. That. Okay, so like that. So I'm going to finish the rest of it. So there, it's all done with the shading. Now I'm going to add a bit of black here. So inside this circle, I'm just going to do maybe just half the circle or something like that. Just add a bit of black to give that depth or weight. I do that on all of them, and I am going to do a similar thing inside this as well. So just make it dark here like that. So now let's get to the shading for Divadance. So Divadance, we're just going to go right behind this. Okay, and just blend this out. So we're going to do this on all of them again. So I'm going to finish this and get back. So here it's all done. I've completed the shading and looks lovely, right? So now let's sign it and own it. So I'm going to put my initial signature here. I'm going to put my full signature here. So you can either do this or add just your initials, whichever works for you. So I got that. So now let's journal this. So this is string 4. Okay, now let's just date this. Today's date is 5th of October 2020, and this is Zendala's Joy. Day 5, and we are using string 4. Okay. And we worked with Crescent moon. We worked with a couple of other tangles, so probably I would say Divadance for sure, and the other one was a Fragment K2. So it's a variation of Fragment K2, so we've just enhanced it. So there you go, that is day 5, string 4. Hope you had fun on this project with me. I would love to see your creations, so head on to our Facebook group Zenbees, where all the after party fun happens. Share your works there and check out the creations by other Zenbees. If you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at Sandhya or hashtag Tangle with Sandhya, so I get to see your lovely works there, and I do stop by to comment. A quick note, these projects and these videos are for your personal use, and no part of these can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. To understand the Zentangle method and to start your own Zentangle journey, email me to get information about the group classes or to schedule your private sessions. Slots for the month of October are now open. Now it's time to comment, so please comment below and let me know how you enjoyed this project, because that really helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so hit that like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow on day 6 with string number 13. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.